Hello! You're watching. Are we on record? Yep, we are. Hello! You're watching NNN. All new Nintendo news. This is a gaming show where we keep you up to date with the latest Nintendo related gaming news. Now that the dust has settled on the initial Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, on today's show we're going to be talking about are you even still excited for the Switch 2? Has Nintendo ruined it? Can you even actually afford one? Like, are people okay out here? I'm not gonna lie, I had to take out a little small loan to pre-order mine, but anyway. The Switch 2 pricing. Now, hear me out. I actually don't mind the Switch 2 price. To be honest, I think it's good value for money. The Nintendo Switch OLED in the UK is still $299.99. You go on Currys and they're charging £310 for it, do you know what I mean? Brand new Switch 2 in the UK, $395. It's a no-brainer. Add on the extra £95 and get the next generation upgrade. We don't know the full capabilities of it yet, but we have actually heard from Nvidia itself that the console is actually using that DLSS upscaling technology. We already know that it's actually capable of ray tracing, although we've not seen any ray tracing at all, which has been, I've been scared, I've been freaking out about it. That's my one requirement. That's the only thing I wanted for the Nintendo Switch 2. Can it do ray tracing? Will we get ray tracing? It turns out that the Switch 2 can actually do ray tracing, so we'll be getting all those next gen effects that we've been used to. I'm so excited. I've forgotten what I was saying. It's not actually that bad. You're getting a new improved LCD screen. It's got HDR capabilities, 4K output for £95 extra. Come on, think about it. Stop complaining. £75 for Mario Kart. Okay, it is a shock to the system, do you know what I mean? But in my head, you know what? I've actually not even processed it. I just saw Nintendo merchandise and I was like, I'm buying it. When it actually comes to me forking the money over, it's probably going to sting my backside, you know what I mean? It's probably going to hurt a little. It will hurt my wallet for that month.
Mario Kart World!
But what annoys me is the lack of consistency. There's a lack of consistency with the pricing, and it's confusing me. It's confusing the hell out of me. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. Freaks. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games are enhanced versions of Nintendo Switch 1 games that when you play them on the Nintendo Switch 2, they receive a flurry of enhancements. Well, it varies from title to title. They all vary from title to title. Legend of the Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example, has an improved frame rate and has a better resolution, and it actually comes with this new companion app that you can use on your mobile phone. You download it and it treats your mobile phone like a sat-nav basically for Hyrule. It tells you to turn left, turn right. Hey, listen! Link! Go left! Go right! Shut the up! It does things like that.
Guidance activating. Proceed north.
Nintendo also announced that Pokemon ZA will also receive improved performance enhancements, you know, better frame rate, better resolutions. Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 Edition is taking that to the next level. And with this version of the game, they will be improving the graphical fidelity by offering us 4K and 60 frames per second with HDR in quality mode, or 1080p at 120 frames per second with HDR in performance mode. However, here's the thing, there are some Nintendo Switch 1 games that you can just pop into your Nintendo Switch 2 automatically and they will instantly get upgraded. I'm talking faster load times, improved frame rates. If you can just pop your Nintendo Switch game into the Nintendo Switch 2 and it will enhance it anyway, why the f are you charging me for Switch 2 Edition? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swear. So read an article on GameSpot. It says, speaking with GameSpot, Takehiro Dota was asked whether it's possible to see a performance boost in Zelda Breath of the Wild without upgrading to the Switch 2 Edition. He said, first I'll start with what happens when you play a game without applying an update, and I think this will depend heavily on how the original game was created and also how it was designed, but I think you can expect certain improvements such as faster load times, maybe improved frame rate, but again it will depend on how that game was built. Nintendo said that some games will receive free updates for the Switch 2, games like Super Mario Odyssey and Clubhouse Games. They didn't actually specifically announce what these changes were going to entail, but for Clubhouse Games, they could see that you were able to use the USB camera to see your friends' faces while you were playing games. Nintendo think that it's okay to charge gamers £66 for these games. How are you going to charge me £66 for a game that came out in 2017? If I already have Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom already as a Switch 1 game, I can just buy the download code which will give me the Switch 2 enhancements. Now that's going to vary from title to title. If I want the upgrades for those games, they are going to cost me £10 each to upgrade. Now that doesn't seem too bad, right? Got the game already, I've had it since 2017, pay an extra £10 and it upgrades the game for me. However, like I said, the enhancements that are coming to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is just slightly better resolution, improved frame rate, and a little sat-nav app. Whereas you've got the flip side of this whole Switch 2 edition thing, you've got games like Super Mario Jamboree and Kirby the Forgotten Land, where they actually give us bonus content, extra stuff that we've never seen before. When it comes to games like Kirby the Forgotten World, where you're getting bonus story content, or Super Mario Party Jamboree, where you're getting brand new game modes and it's really beefing out the single player campaign, how much are you going to charge me for that? I'm going to presume £20, right? For an extra bonus content? Do you think that? £20? If you're charging me £66 for Breath of the Wild and that's a £10 upgrade, isn't it not fair to say that Super Mario Party and Kirby, you will now charge us £75? I tell you now, I'm not paying £75 for a Kirby game. I'm not paying £75 for a Mario Party Jamboree. Be more like Microsoft. Microsoft do that, right? I can get an Xbox, original OG Xbox game, pull it in my Xbox Series X. I don't have one, but I can pull it in there and it will make the game perform as fast as it can. It will clean it up, it will upscale the visuals, it will improve the frame rate, the loading times. Just do that.
Gaming.
If you really want to push the boat out and you do want to do like a Metroid Prime Switch 2 version, just copy Sony. Actually give us a Switch 2 version where you do give us volumetric lighting and you do give us ray tracing and you do give us 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, 4K output, whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. That's what the Switch 2 edition should be. Make a big deal out of it. Don't just give me a Switch 1 game when I can't and tell me to download the extras. I feel like the pricing of these games is all over the place. Okay, let's break this down now. A copy of Mario Kart World on the Nintendo Switch will cost you $74.99 if you want to buy it physically. To buy this game digitally, however, they will give you a little discount. They're going to drop the price off, they're going to lower it, and they will only charge you £66.98. If you want to buy the newest game in the Donkey Kong series, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it will cost you £66 to buy physically. But if you want to buy this game digitally, Nintendo again will give you a little discount and they will charge you $58.99. I understand there's a difference between the Mario game and the Donkey Kong game. Mario is your AAA top shelf franchise. Charge us $74.99 for it. But the price is not consistent. Can we not have a clear pricing structure? Instead of all these random numbers, 66, 58, 74, this I can't cope. What happened to the whole $59.99, $69.99? Like, these numbers are too hard for me to remember. They're not consumer friendly. Psychologically, they're not sticking in my brain. Literally, just simplify it. Make the pricing structure a bit more consistent and a bit more easy for me to understand. If you want to charge $74.99 for your games, yeah, your mainline Zeldas, your Smash Brothers, your Splatoons, your Animal Crossings, your 3D Marios, do so. But then can you not make your 8-hit titles, you know, your Donkey Kong, your Fire Emblems, your Xenoblade, can you not make them like, I don't know, $64.99? Not $66.78 or whatever pricing you're giving me. Your beta games, your Yoshi Islands, your Kirby's, your WarioWares, can you not charge them $54.99? If you're remastering a Switch 1 game, you put it on a Nintendo Switch 2 cart, remaster it like a proper remaster, and then charge us for that. Charge us $59.99, and then that's how much all remastered games are. The games are old anyway. I need to know how much games are going to afford. Don't be telling me that you're going to release game prices on a game-by-game basis, because that doesn't work for me. Don't mind you charge me $74.99, but I need to know how many times in the year I need to save up $74.99, because the games are expensive now. When the games are $39.99, yeah, just dash them out. You don't need to tell me anything. I can pick up all those games, but not when the games are nearly £80. I need advance notice. The last That's the thing I want to complain about. Nintendo did me dirty. Nintendo left me out to dry. Nintendo didn't even send me a pre-order invite. I'm so upset. Nintendo went out to the Nintendo Direct and I just sat back and I was like, I'm just going to wait for this pre-order invite to flow into my email inbox. You know, I've got 2 years of continuous service. I've got more than that for my Nintendo Switch. I've got hundreds of hours on my Nintendo Switch. I tick all the boxes about opting in for the marketing information. I want Nintendo to email me all the offers you've got. But yet they left me hanging out to dry. I didn't get a single sniff of a pre-order invite, which meant that I've been sat on my ass for the last week. Now I'm in a mad panic and a mad tizzy to try and find a Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order. It's not okay, Nintendo. But I got one anyway. I got one from Argos today. I got the Mario Kart bundle. And that's all we have time for today. We will be back with another episode of and very soon, because there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot going on. We've not even really spoken about the games on this channel. We've just talked about Nintendo putting out all these fires from since the reveal. So we will discuss some games. There is a Mario Kart World Nintendo Direct, so we'll be back to talk about that. Very excited to see what Mario Kart World has to offer. I know it's going to be a lot more in-depth. I know we're going to get a lot more information about it. And hopefully Nintendo can actually convince gamers that this game is worth $74.99. Will there be so much content, so much hidden secrets, so much replayability in this game that gamers are like, wow, I'm surprised it's not £80. We don't know. We'll have to see. But thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you very, very soon. Bye.